Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining, hopping in as we've been doing this darkroom deepening discussions. I'm going to start with a trigger alert, trigger warning for the sensitive. We're going to go to some deep, dark places today, quite possibly by normal standards. Well, normal in the West. I'm going to share a lot today personally that could be a lot to hear. So, trigger alert, you were warned. Proceed with caution. Embracing the darkness. We were talking about dark night of the soul and shadow work. And it has been feeling for me a little bit abstract, some of the conversations and discussions. So today is going to be very personal, very, very personal. Personal to the point of I may be expressing somewhat calmly or not, I can't tell, because internally there's a lot of nervousness and vulnerability. That's okay. We'll proceed anyways because you had your trigger alert of some intense R-rated, X-rated material coming up. Speaking of material coming up, now seems like the time to share some of the deep personal, let's say, demons that came up for me during the dark room retreat. Like I said in the dark room retreat, a lot of contemplation time, a lot of laying around, a lot of ruminating. I think I've shared with a lot of you that I really don't have very many memories from 0 to 8. And the ones that I have recovered, less than a half dozen and not pleasant. A lot of repression and almost kind of given up on recovering the memories. So much work, so many thousands of dollars, so many hours, so many modalities. Kind of don't worry about it anymore. It's not a huge concern. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Anyways, in the darkroom retreat, I was very much looking at and getting curious with my relationships, my issues, specifically in 2021, Dark Night of the Soul, everything were the two biggest relationships of my life, Premadaya, Karunadara, and their are relating. The one fascinating thing, and they've both talked about publicly, so it's fine to say they were both incested as children. And incest is a big, huge trauma. And given the level of our karmas and intensity of relating, these last number of years, I actually just kind of assumed I was incested, given that. And what came up during the dark room retreat is, again, just talking personally, it doesn't even matter if I was physically incested. The nature of incest is obviously such a boundary violation and horror on the psyche, body, mind, heart, soul. What came up, the wording that came during the dark room retreat, is that we're talking about maybe the biggest, most basic integrity break. There's a basic agreement among family that we're not going to be having sexuality, and that's broken. A whole host of traumas and issues that come from that. So what I was plugging into for me is the energetics of it and the repercussions. And now I will proclaim the good news about it, which is in the darkroom retreat and still unfolding and integrating, is the transgenerational trauma healing possibilities with it. So, at least for me, in the soup of my soul family and familial generations, healing unfolding. As today, I even speak it in this moment as you're hearing it. The naming, the ending of the secrecy, the release of the shame around this energy, around the events that happened for generations. So the work you and I are doing right now, whatever happened to you, whatever didn't happen to you, the service that we're creating together in this moment, phenomenal. Thank you for joining me in this big healing of incest and the repercussions of it. Speaking again for my family line and the gunk. Tied up with us was the addiction karma. I call it the addiction karma. You can call it what you'd like. Tendencies, a lot of alcoholism, a lot of drug use, a lot of escapism, be it into sex, gambling, pleasure. I've done it all personally, almost all, and generations of family. But to make it very simple, the addictive tendency, escapism, escapism from the suffering, the pain held in our body, held in our spirit, held in our soul. So almost like a desperation with the addiction karma to get out, to be free for a little bit, whatever way it takes, a couple minutes of release. Versus, and feel this, everyone, contrasted with meeting it, meeting the pain head on, meeting the suffering. Okay, let's sit down and have a cup of coffee. Pain, suffering, hurt. What are you trying to tell me? What can we release together? Your buddy Prasad here spent a lot of time and energy in the dark room. There was nowhere to run, nothing to escape to, no distractions. So I got to meet the incest head on, meet the sexuality mucked upness head on, meet the addiction karma and tendencies head on, meet the pain and suffering head on. So there could be that beautiful, big, powerful, ongoing, and sharing recovery. Recovery, my friends. We can recover from the traumas. And again, not even our traumas. Epigenetically, it's now proven generations. Transgenerational trauma can be healed by you. You can do it. Yes, it's best done together. So please keep coming back and please keep trusting and sharing and opening and being vulnerable. And we can heal and grow and expand and transcendation, transcend and celebrate together. Thank you, everyone, for holding space and being willing and being on the journey. And see you tomorrow. Much love, everyone.